The door closing by itself was creepy enough, but what the hell was looking through the window? Paranormal investigators Dark Gate area decided to take on a truly terrifying challenge, exploring a haunted forest where, according to local law, children have been dragged into the darkness, never to be seen again. The locals believe a demon haunts these woods, thanks to shady occult rituals performed decades ago. Now, no one in their right mind dares to step foot there after dark, but Dark Gate area aren't exactly known for their right minds. So on a random Tuesday night, they packed their gear and headed straight into the heart of the forest, determined to stay overnight. What they encountered, the stuff of nightmares. Take a look.
داستانای اینجا خیلی زیاده، ولی گفتم یکی از مهمترین مسائلی که ما رو کشونده اینجا اینه که یه پسر 14-15 ساله، یعنی یه پسر بچه اینجا مفقود شده و هنوزم که هنوز پیدا نشده. تقریبا الان گفت از سال 92 گفتن. آره
گفت تقریبا 10-11 سال
92 بود.
92
و جالبی موضوع اینه که صدای اون پسر بچه، کسایی که اومدن اینجا موندن تا صبح، خیلی ها میگفتن ما صدای جیغ زدن و داد زدن، یا بهتر بگم شکنجه کردن یه پسر بچه، یه صدای بچه میشیندن اینجا. و دلیل اصلی که ما اومدیم اینجا هم همینه. صدا خشخش آتیشه عزیزم تو اومد. چی شد؟
After hours of waiting and capturing absolutely nothing, ghost haunting luck, they decided to hunker down in their tent and wait for the stroke of midnight. Because you know, that's definitely when things get spicy. And boy, did they. Out of nowhere, someone or something smashed against their tent.
صدا خشخش آتیشه عزیزم تو اومد.
Did you catch that? The tent window flat, like something pushed it from the inside. But here's the kicker. They had another camera to catch multiple angles, and we can clearly see there's no one touching it. No way they could have done it without being caught on camera. But oh boy, were they in for a full-on SPOOKFEST yet? What happened next? Even worse.
اصلا نمیشه بگیاری چیز داره. چی بود اینا؟ یا خدا یا خدا خدا چی بود این؟ کیه؟
Again, something struck the tent. No footsteps, no shadows, no one in sight. Was whatever did this trying to lure them out of their only safe spot? Whatever happened next might have just confirmed it.
مواظب باش. چی شد؟ چی شد؟ چی شد؟ خوش سب کنم.
Did you see that? As one of them went to investigate the knocking sound, something grabbed his bag and yanked him straight into the river.
مواظب باش. چی شد؟ چی شد؟
At that point, they knew they weren't just dealing with a few creepy noises. This was something far more powerful. So, they did the only sensible thing, skedaddled back to their tent and got the hell out of there. But when they reviewed the footage later, they realised something had been with them the whole time. And it wasn't just the entity. Watch this.
ثبتی های مهم ویدیو. بچه اینجا رو ببینید. ما اینجا فکر کردیم گفتیم خب شاید چوب آتیش گرفته و بالاخره یه تکونی خورده و افتاده. ولی بچه ما اینجا تازه آتیش رو روشن کرده بودیم و این خیلی خیلی عجیبه. این یکی از ثبتی های عجیبمون بود توی جستجوی این جنگل.
At first, they thought the stick moving near the fire was just from the flames crackling. But look closer, the stick wasn't touched by the fire and no one kicked it. So what moved it? And then came the biggest reveal yet.
خب بچه تو این ثبتی دقت کنید. یه چیزی از پشت درخت، ببینید این سرعت طبیعی خودشه، با چه سرعتی میاد سرک میکشون. اینجا صحنه 3 ببینید قشنگ میاد. نمیدونم روی فیلتر سولاریزه کاملا مشخص. ثبتی بعدی.
For a brief moment, a shadowy figure appeared just behind the tent. Was it the malevolent spirit that's been preying on children for decades? Or just a clever trick of the camera? You decide.
اینجا صحنه 3 ببینید قشنگ میاد. حالا نمیدونم.
The YouTube channel Omega Toki Film is all about diving headfirst into Japan's creepiest corners to uncover the weird and unexplainable. Based in Okazaki, these investigators have a knack for finding abandoned homes and haunted spots that most people wouldn't dare set foot in. And trust me, what they captured in this mini compilation will leave you scratching your head. Take a look. Video 1, Hidden Hand.
とりあえずじゃあちょっと回収していきましょうか。もう回収して少しだけ検証したらもう終わりでいいかなっていうふうに思ってます。ちょっと布団の上に乗らせてもらおうか。
In this first clip, the team explores a cluttered Japanese home, where the camera lingers on a Buddhist altar and a memorial photo. The scattered objects and 2 large cabinets add an eerie stillness to the scene. At first, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary, but when you slow it down, things take a creepy turn. Through the narrow crack of one of the cabinets, a hand briefly appears, just for a split second. The kicker? No one else was in the room. So who or what was hiding inside? Video 2, the shadowy silhouette. The second clip takes us into another abandoned Japanese house, where the investigator cautiously documents the dimly lit rooms. He snaps photos of the main entrance, the bathroom, and even a mirror above the sink. Everything seemingly normal at first, But then, the camera catches something spine-chilling. In the corner of an otherwise empty room, a ghostly figure appears, faintly visible, as if watching from the darkness. And just when you think it couldn't get creepier, it does. While filming the bathroom mirror, the reflection reveals a woman's figure standing behind him, silent and uncomfortably close. Oblivious at the time, the investigator only discovers this unsettling presence later while reviewing the footage. Video 3. The Lurking Presence. The third clip takes us into a room packed with scattered furniture. Among the clutter, he spots a vanity mirror wrapped in a blanket and begins unwrapping it. But as he does, things take a sinister turn. The doorbell suddenly rings, pulling his attention away. When he checks, no one's there. And just as he gets back up to unwrap the mirror, his static camera captures something bone-chilling. Can you see it? There was no one behind that door, but now we can see what looks like a woman with a disfigured face. But is it really? Whatever it was, prank, spirit, or something darker, one thing's for sure. If these walls could talk, we wouldn't want to hear what they'd have to say.
While checking over the CCTV cameras at the hospital he worked at, this guy noticed something strange on one of the cameras. For weeks on end, he would regularly see the same phenomenon take place right in front of his eyes.
Es un fantasma, no lo va a captar.
¿Has visto?
Mira cómo sale.
¿Has visto dónde ha salido?
Caminando tranquilamente, mira, con brazos y piernas.
Félix tiene que salir de dudas.
Pasa, che.
He says that at first he thought it was perhaps a fellow colleague or a wayward patient, but how on earth would they vanish into thin air as they walked? It could be camera quality and compression issues, but the place the figure comes from is a GP office that is locked every single night and checked routinely, so there's no way that they could be hiding in there. The staff member sounds pretty relaxed about the whole situation, but apparently that's because he sees and senses many strange things while he's working. Let's just hope that the figure doesn't gradually start inching closer and closer to his office.
You never know what you'll dig up on an excavation. Ancient relics, lost artifacts, or something that should have stayed buried. That's exactly what happened to this archaeologist in India when he stumbled upon a dark cave and noticed something moving inside. Knowing none of his team was supposed to be there, he pulled out his camera and captured something downright chilling. What was that? A humanoid figure leans out from the darkness, locking eyes with the archaeologist. But here's where it gets even creepier. He doesn't remember any of this happening. The only proof that something was lurking in that cave, this footage. And just when you think it's weird enough, look again. The second that thing notices the camera, strange distortions ripple across the screen, almost like the air itself is shifting. A split second later, The archaeologist turns away, almost like he's under some kind of mind control. Memory wipe, alien influence, some freaky Asian magic messing with his head. Whatever it is, I'd be handing in my resignation immediately. But what do you think? Did this guy encounter something not of this world and have his memory erased to forget? Let us know in the comments. It started as a quiet, uneventful Sunday at a museum in Russia, closed to the public for the day. But the peace was short-lived. The guards on duty noticed something strange on the camera feeds that would leave them and many viewers pretty unsettled. Take a look.
Avarаңыз біреу жүр ананың ішінде. Призрак. Көрдіңіз бе осы тағы? Призрак. Иә, көрдіңіз бе? Призрак жүр.
Храм жабық тұр.
Храм жабық тұр, иә. Сіз шынап қот жасап жауап келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрінбепті жаңа. Көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады еді. Бұны көрдіңіз бе? Елес жүр ғой, елес, призрак. Бәсе өткенде мен түнгі сағат 1-лерде көргем.
A transparent figure can be seen wandering the exhibit, appearing to examine some of the pieces on display. However, when one of the guards rushed to check the area, there was no one there. Did you spot how it seemingly walked through the object in front of it? What makes this even creepier is the museum's recent history. A while before this footage was captured, an elderly lady went to visit the museum with her daughter. During the visit, she told her daughter she wasn't feeling well and went to the bathroom. After waiting 20 minutes, the daughter went to check on her, only to find her lying on the floor. Tragically, it was already too late. Many now believe her spirit never left and was finally caught on camera. So what do you think? A genuine ghost sighting, or just a peculiar camera glitch? Let us know. When you think of a good night out, you're probably thinking of strobe lights, DJ booths and flowing liquor. Probably not bumbling through the deep dark expanse of a twisted forest armed with only a flashlight and your own wits. But that's what tickled these guys over at Sly Studios' fancies. And that's precisely where they ended up. While exploring the classified location, they began noticing things that set their nerves off more and more.
Does that look like bullet holes?
That's what I'm saying, dude. Look at that's an exit hole. It looks like exit holes.
Oh shit.
Like somebody from this side was just shooting it. And then whatever came out might have leaked. And then I got this caution. I mean, there's caution tape everywhere.
You know what I think? I think this place was above ground at one point, and that was a window.
No, right? Isn't that what I was saying before? It was so overgrown.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, it's been...
Starting off strong, they found an old barrel underground and riddled with bullet holes. And according to them, the entire area was filled with rancid smells.
Oh shit, yeah, look at that hole, huh?
Yeah.
So what's good with this barrel?
Bullet holes, rancid smells, and abandoned underground hallways tend to mean one thing and one thing only: undiscovered human suffering. During their exploration, they also spotted a hell of a lot of caution tape around the place, some of it even looking pretty fresh.
Like, look how new it looks.
Yeah.
It's like really, really bright yellow. The other one was like
So
really.
they didn't want people going in here recently.
I wonder why.
It's almost like the ground was lifted up. It's weird.
I know, like I don't even understand how that's not a door or anything.
No, like that had to have been something pushing it
That's
out.
too heavy, I'm telling you, for someone to move.
Oh god, yeah. There's no humans moving
I
that.
was thinking at first that it could have been a ramp up, but that would be way too shallow.
Oh yeah, no
of an
way.
entranceway. It had to have been down here.
I don't know. I have so many questions.
They stumbled elsewhere to another strange opening, and spotted something that started to make the frotherly of this whole thing melt away, as it all became a bit more serious.
This is a like creepy thought. What if there's like something under that?
That's what I was just thinking.
Like they're trying to like maybe like
I was just saying
right?
that it's lifted up and then there's big boulders put under it, like somebody was trying to keep it up.
Exactly. So like either like I don't want to say like a body or like skeleton or anything, but like what if it's like more barrels with shit in it? Like they buried like buried chemicals and shit. We should definitely get away from this.
What if they dug down under it?
True.
Could be like a hole for
yeah, honestly, I think we should get away from this. I don't know what's good with this place like at all. I know like the smallest amount of its history, but everything else is like not recorded.
So now we have horror movie undertones and the possibility of buried chemical waste. What a great place to take a picnic. This was already getting under their skin and they were ready to bail, but then they spotted one more creepy hellhole, and of course, they just had to step inside. After a bit of back and forth and catching his breath, they ventured back in, and it was almost the last thing either of them ever did.
Huh?
Let's go.
That shushing noise was either something paranormal or something real, and we can't actually decide which one we find scarier.
Kidding me, dude? I knew fucking.
Either way, it spooked these guys enough that one of them ended up in the hospital.
Just came in. We had to come to the ER for Braden. After we got in the car and recorded for a little bit on the way home, he started to get a lot of pain like near his heart. So we had to come to the ER. We've been here for a few hours now. It's the middle of the night. We're like the only ones here. So we'll keep you posted.
It all looked like a bad panic attack after he was chased back to the car, but then came the sharp pain in his chest. Was it just pure fear catching up to him? Or did something latch onto his heart during the investigation, following him back, waiting for its next move? Either way, one thing's certain, he didn't leave that place alone.
Let's go.
While driving down the highway late one Wednesday night, this driver's dash cam picked up something that made him question everything. At first, it seemed like just another late night drive, but then he saw it. Here's what he captured that night. A figure appeared to be thumbing a lift, standing right in the middle of the highway. His dash cam caught it, and so did his rear cam, yet it never moved. Not when the car approached, nor when the headlights hit. It was just there. By the time he processed what he had seen, it was already behind him, swallowed by the darkness. But deep down he knew, that thing wasn't waiting for a ride. Sometimes, security cameras don't just protect you, but they can help in the case of people nearby. Ever since audio capture became better on home security systems, people have been catching all sorts of conversations. But this guy caught something more terrifying than anything.
Escucha y observa lo que esta cámara logra captar. Una alma en pena suplicando por su vida.
The begging is creepy enough, but did you spot that weird shadow figure towards the end? Why is it translucent and seeming to run towards the screaming? Granted, it could just be a person running to help, and their speed distorted them on camera, but it still doesn't explain the begging and pleading. Especially considering we can't see anyone chasing her. Either some terrifying sacrifices are going on in that suburb, or someone is a bit too deep in their roleplay with an imaginary friend. This dude, known by many as Red Fox, was good at embarking on spooky investigations, hunting for ghosts, and he has witnessed many successful adventures, but on this particular day, he became the hunted one. He came into his room talking about how his house had gone full-on haunted mode, random noises, stuff falling off shelves, total chaos. So, he set up cameras to capture the situation and find the ghost troubling his house. After setting them up, he went about his day. Everything seemed normal until the sun dipped. That's when things got weird. A few hours later, the ghost clocked in for its shift, doing something that could make your goose pimples go, take a look. Did you see that? Watch closely. The night was only just getting started though. Whatever was lurking inside the room seemed to love sleeves and switches. Could it be a restless spirit, or an evil spirit he offended on one of his haunting trips? Either way, the shadowy figure wasn't done flexing. At this point, he got up to turn off the tap and give up. Do you think it's time for him to find a new place? Yeah, I think it's fair to say that time has come. The YouTube channel Cora MK2 is run by a biker who shares thrilling helmet cam footage from his rides. But on this particular trip over the Pasadena Bridge in Los Angeles, he captured something far more puzzling than his usual road adventures. Before we watch what he captured though, it's important to learn about the Pasadena's bridge and why it's turned into a well-known paranormal hotspot. You see, the Pasadena Bridge is known to locals as a place where many people choose to take their last breath. Therefore, there have been efforts to put up more fences to limit the alarming number of wanting to end it all visitors. Now, let's fast forward to our biker's late night ride with his buddies. As he cruises across the bridge while telling his audience about what's been going on at the bridge, his helmet camera captures something pretty unsettling. Take a look.
But I was told that there were about 19 attempts in 1 month at one point. And so, as you can see on the bridge here, they set up these fences, and I think at this time they were gonna mount some more fences along the light posts so people can't easily climb over it. I thought it was like weird because I was like,
missed it? Don't worry, our guy has had a hard time spotting it too. Let's slow it down and take a closer look. According to him, his camera captured a woman on the bridge, over the fence where no human should be. Confused, he briefly turned his head to double check, and to his surprise, just 1 second later, she was nowhere to be seen. The only proof of her presence was the footage captured on his camera. But here's where it gets strange. As he drove further, he couldn't shake the thought, why would a woman be standing all alone on a bridge at that hour? There were no camera crews, no friends, and no nearby buildings. When he told his friends what he'd seen, they brushed it off, suggesting she must have taken the stairs from the bridge. But to him, that explanation didn't add up. She had disappeared far too quickly. Maybe she'd gone down the stairs as they suggested, or maybe not. I guess we'll never know.
Late at night, TikToker Devil's Gang does what most of us wouldn't dream of. He heads straight into creepy abandoned places just for the thrill of it, armed with nothing but a camera and a death wish. He shares his spine-chilling discoveries with his followers. This time, he's explored multiple spots that'll make you wonder, is this real or just a supernatural messing with us? Take a look.
نن ته د بری نه د خیمه چې تاسو یې وینئ ښه دا داسې ټیسو کوم نشته ګورئ ښه ور ډبرې ګورئ ښه لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله وګورئ ملګرو ښه هیڅوک هم نشته یا الله خیر یا الله خیر د وګورئ ټوله شپه دا ورته شانټه کېږي ټوله شپه زموږ زړه پوخ شو د وګورئ څوک شته نه ښه څوک شته نه د وګورئ ښه د وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر وګورئ ورم کولاو کې یا الله خیر تاسو وګورئ ښه ورم راته کولاو کې یا الله خیر یا الله خیر د وګورئ ښه هیڅوک هم نشته د وګورئ ښه یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر د شپې یوه بجه د ملګرو دا حل دی ښه بس یار دواګانې کوي.
As he approaches the gate, his flashlight flickers because of course it does, and then, bam, the gate swings open like it's auditioning for a horror movie. Our fearless explorer, not so fearless anymore. His voice trembles as he starts to pray, clearly regretting all his life choices. But the house isn't done messing with him yet. A plastic bucket suddenly drags itself across the ground before flipping over like it's got a ghostly grudge. Shaken but determined, he keeps the camera rolling, swearing up and down that he's totally alone out there.
تاسو بنن په خپل سترګو بیا وینئ یو ځل ښه دې کې هر ټیم پیریاني پوه شولې دا وګورئ ښه لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله الله اکبر لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله لا اله الا الله محمد رسول الله الله اکبر بسم الله الله اکبر بسم الله الله اکبر بسم الله الله اکبر Ya Allah khair. Ya Allah khair. Margar taasu wiine. Ya Allah khair. Ya Allah khair. Ya Allah khair. Allahu Akbar. Ya Allah khair. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. Ya Allah khair. Ya Allah. Ya Allah khair.
He spots a door with an arrow drawn on it. Innocent? Nope. Because before he can even think, the door starts swinging back and forth on its own like a cheap horror movie cliche. Naturally, the prayers start rolling. But wait, what's that by the window? Oh, just some movement. You know, totally normal for a window that's locked shut. The cherry on top, a thunderous crash comes out of nowhere, practically daring him to keep going. Our guy, he tries to play it cool and investigate like the paranormal Sherlock Holmes he is, but when a final bone-rattling bang erupts, it's game over. He nopes out of there faster than you could say should have stayed home.
سلامونه مرګرو نن به د پکې خېمه ها ما دا ویډیو کړی و دا سیمپل ویډیو ما کړی و دی کې صرف دا اور بنده و کولاو خو شولې دې سره مونږ د یو زمونږ عمر دی کې دی کنه او قسم دې نن مې پکې په خپل سترګو ویلې دا ویډیو چې میو کته کنه تاسو ګورئ ښه باغ ور کې ګورئ سر راخکاري کې ګورئ ښه دا ویډیو چې میو کته قسم دې د خپونه مزمکو تختې ده وګورئ ښه دا ما په هغه ټایم نه ولیدلي صحیح ده دا ما چې دا ویډیو کته کنه الله اکبر دې حق حیران کړم کنه الله دې خیر وکړي زه خو تاسو له ویډیوګانې کوم قسم دې په رښتیا راځي چې نه کېږي مرګرو ګورئ دغه ورته تاسو له دومره مهنت دومره کړهو کوم قسم دې کو داسې څوک کوي الله دې خیر وکړي اولنی ځل ښه السلام علیکم مرګرو.
As if 2 run-ins with the supernatural weren't enough, this dude apparently enjoys getting kicked by ghosts, because here he is, diving headfirst into another investigation. He enters through a graffiti-tagged green gate that looks more like an entry to a bad decision than anything else. At first, it's just a rundown spot with peeling paint and broken walls. Nothing you haven't seen before. But then, bam. A shadowy figure creeps into the background, staring at him like it knows he's about to regret this whole thing. Instead of running like someone with a shred of self-preservation, he marches right up to where the figure disappeared. A sketchy, weathered door. And what does the door do? It bangs on its own, like it's saying, "Welcome to your nightmare." Now, most people would be halfway home by this point, but not this guy. Nope, he's out there whispering prayers, filming everything, and doubling down on the bad decisions like it's his brand. Finally, he points the camera back at himself, proving to all of us that he's completely solo. Just him, his flashlight, and whatever's out there waiting to mess with him. What do you think? Ghosts, shadowy people, or just another attention-seeking door? Drop your theories in the comments.
After a good few camping videos on the channel, you think there would be nothing new that could scare you about setting up a tent. But with so many old tales and legends, perhaps we lose sight of one of the scariest things of all. Brendan Explorers loves to pick up his van and drive off to new places, soaked in the culture and get comfy while still experiencing the outdoors. Soon after deciding on his camping spot, a small car parked in Dedham, Essex, he begins cooking his dinner and watching out the window. But as the sun began to set, the night wasn't the only darkness washing over the streets. Trusting his gut, he left to find somewhere that felt a little safer, and so he settled on.
On a spot, there's apparently a quiet little park up at the end here, maybe. This'll do me. I'm alone, but I mean, there's no other houses around me, so it's not as if I'm alone in a housing estate. It is literally pitch black.
possibly one of the creepiest forest lanes in the world. What could possibly go wrong? Brendan got comfortable again and settled into bed. But as he slept, every camper's worst nightmare unfolded right outside his van.
Hey! Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here.
Goes pale in comparison to the fear you feel when you have to face up against a human threat. Luckily for Brendan, the person only seemed interested in whatever he had sitting in the front seat, rather than him, and after he shouted, the thief ran off. But if this is real, then Brendan Explores should consider himself extremely lucky. The most interesting thing though is the fact that hours before the event took place, he already had a bad feeling about camping. Amazing how the vibes can be so off that everyone can sense it through a screen.
Hey!
Taking out the rubbish is one of the most hated chores across the nation. But what does the actual rubbish think about it? Well, in this video posted on Reddit, it seems to show the soul of the rubbish bag making a run for it. Maybe all those bumps and bangs you hear in the night are simply the ghosts of bin bags past. All jokes aside though, what the hell could that actually be? While it does just look like a bin bag on legs, some Redditors took the clip and slowed it down, showing nothing much aside from the fact that the figure is completely transparent. Some comments on the original post are relatively suspect of the fact that the camera seems to be buried among a pile of washing up, and that it isn't a security camera, it's just a camera. Who sets up a camera in their kitchen to record themselves taking the bins out? Do you think it's a bit sus, or is that figure an indication that something much scary is going on inside that house?
We've seen people make some bad life choices, but dragging an Ouija board to a graveyard alone at stupid o'clock? That's not just reckless, that's paranormal Darwinism. Meet Two-Turnt Brian, a streamer who thought summoning ghosts solo was a great idea. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. His goal? A chill little chat with the afterlife. You know, maybe meet some friendly spirits, swap ghost stories and call it a night. What he actually got? Let's just say Casper was busy, so something else showed up instead. And now Brian might need a nightlight for life. Take a look.
2, 3. Friendly spirits, we call to you for communication. Is there any spirits that would like to communicate with me? Yo, it's moving fast, bro.
Yo, bro, is that really not you?
That's not me, bro. I swear. I'm barely touching it. It's not doing it.
Was it you that moved the camera?
Was it you that moved the camera? Bro, the fucking car is going off, bro. Yo! Bro!
You have to say goodbye. You have to say goodbye.
Bro, it broke the fucking light.
It broke the light.
Bro.
Use your phone light. Use your phone light. Use your phone light. Yo, you're not supposed to leave the planchette on there.
I'm a.
See if the wires got messed up.
I think I got it.
Yo, Mike, when you're not talking, go on mute, bro, because it echoes.
Bro, this not fixing, bro. Yo, Chris.
Yeah.
Should I leave?
Yo, Chris. Bro, do you feel, are you okay? Should I leave? Like, be honest with yourself. Like, can you think you can continue?
I'm shaking, but
If you think you can push through, bro, like, bro, this is some real shout.
do I just say goodbye and leave?
Say goodbye, get the fuck out. Say goodbye, get the fuck out. Planchette on it. He left the planchette on it. That's why you're not supposed to, bro. That's when they move it. That's their thing. Bro, I'm literally looking at it move. I'm not even joking. I'm literally looking at it move.
I got the tripod.
Did you catch that? The planchette seems to be sliding on its own, while Brian is busy fixing the tripod. And from that moment, it was game over. Or so we thought. You think a cemetery known for its paranormal activity would be enough of a red flag. But no, our guy was committed. And what happened next turned this paranormal experiment into a full-blown nightmare. Let's watch.
Chat. Yo, Mozzie. Are there any spirits here that would like to talk to me? Bro, I didn't even ask it. Was that you that just turned on the alarm? Yes. Bro. The fuck, bro? I left the keys over. I'm panicking, bro. Where the fuck are the keys?
Apparently, no one was trying to break into his car. Whatever he was communicating with wasn't just listening, it was letting him know it was there. But it gets worse. When he finally decided he'd had enough and reached for the Ouija board to leave, something damn right chilling happened.
Bring it, bro. Don't leave it. Don't leave it.
I took the lights and everything. Bro.
Don't leave it, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, the board went in.
Get the phone. Get your phone. Get it, bro. Oh my god, I saw that. We caught that on camera.
I'm leaving, bro.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Bring it out.
I'm leaving.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Right before his eyes, the Ouija board was yanked straight under the cemetery gate, almost like something didn't want him to reach it and say goodbye to end the session. At this point, most people would have already been halfway home, deleting the footage and pretending it never happened. But Brian, he couldn't just leave. He still had to say goodbye to the spirit, unless he wanted to risk bringing something home with him. Turns out, that was an even bigger mistake.
But I never said goodbye, bro.
Brian, you might have to go jump over that fence and say goodbye.
Do I actually? What's gonna happen, bro? Honestly, like serious, what's gonna happen if I don't?
I'm not sure, bro. I just know that you're supposed to say goodbye. Like, that's just the thing. Let me see.
Bro, I don't want nothing following me, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You might
This whole was a mistake, bro.
That was a mistake, bro. Goodbye, bro. It stopped you from saying, bro.
I'm jumping the fence, bro. I'm jumping the fence. Bro. Bro, Chris. Chris, look at the stream.
Oh my God, bro.
There's a big fire in there.
There's a fire?
There's a fire.
Get out of there, run. Yo, get out of there. I'm not gonna get out of there. Get out of there.
Bro, what is burning though? Bro, if that's the board, bro, everything just escaped.
Brian, go home, bro. I think you should just go home, bro. Say goodbye. You're not allowed to follow me. Say it out loud right now.
Goodbye, you're not allowed to follow me. Bro, I don't think that's gonna work, bro. Do you think that's the board? I'm gonna jump the fence, bro. Bro, I see it. Yo, it's the board. It's the board and the planchette. Oh my God. Bro, I'm not touching it.
Say goodbye. Don't say goodbye. Oh, the board is burnt. Oh my God, burnt. The board is burnt. Oh, sorry, I don't know. That was the board. That was the fucking board.
So do I just say goodbye?
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye. Just say goodbye. Drag it. Say goodbye.
I did.
And say you cannot follow me home.
You cannot follow me home.
Brian finally realised that his life was worth more than the content. So without looking back, he sprinted to his car and got the hell out of there. And if there's one lesson to take from this, it's that messing with an Ouija board in a cemetery might sound fun and all, but if you're crazy enough to do it, maybe, just maybe, bring a friend next time. Or better yet, bring a priest.
Oh my fucking God, bro.
Pushing through the streets, clocking in some late night miles, this woman had no clue she was about to collide with something impossible. Because this wasn't just any crash. This made no sense. Let's watch. Is E.T. in the front basket using his telekinetic powers or something? Granted, the camera quality here is a bit shoddy. We can't even see if there was something else happening off camera, but this certainly did not look like a crash. It looked more like someone or something started dragging her into the sky. What's going on here? Could this be an alien abduction caught on camera, or some kind of paranormal prankster? Let us know your thoughts on this one. This group of friends wanted to spice up their night with a little mischief, so they set their sights on one of the strangest places they could think of, an abandoned prison yard. Piling into their car, they headed toward the long-forgotten Utah County Jail, a place that had become some of the local attraction, even serving as a set for movies. They expected rusty bars, empty cells, and an eerie silence. What they didn't expect was what happened to one of them.
This room is the scariest room, I think.
What's going on?
Will, sorry. Seriously, I hate you.
This is trippy.
This is never ending. It's so big.
That one doesn't open. One of these is open up here, though.
Dude, look at this crank. Dude.
Oh, that's how you open them.
Oh, look, it is. It's all release.
Go, go, go. It's moving something.
Coming out, boss.
So this is we're in an actual cell block in the Utah County Jail right now. That's in cell 3, room 29.
I'm in for, this is the future, of course, and I had too many kills on Halo 10. It's now become a federal offense. We're trying to crank him shut. I don't want him to snap my neck.
Dude, what is the bad idea? What if you can't uncrank it once it's cranked, dude?
Oh! Yeah, I did knock away. No, I'm not gonna.
It sounds like they're in the other room.
I'm not gonna lock it because.
Is there gonna be a lock on it?
You think?
No, I think it's a magnet.
Holy
You're joking.
I'm not kidding. Crank it open. Yeah.
Oh. Why would you? Oh my gosh! There you go.
Holy cow! Are you filming?
Were you dead serious?
I was dead serious.
Oh, you got scared for a second. We would have had to leave you.
I thought
that was just a practical scare.
No, that was joke. That was no joke. I thought it was locked in there.
Dude, I thought we were gonna have to call someone. I did too. I thought you were being joking.
No, I was not joking. Oh my god.
Messing around in an abandoned prison is one thing. Accidentally locking yourself inside a cell, that's a whole new level of panic. The guy probably thought he had just sentenced himself to a long, lonely night in pure darkness while his friends ran off to get help. Luckily, they managed to unlock it in seconds, but in that short time, he had already accepted his fate. Next time you go looking for a thrill, remember, some things are scarier than ghosts. Now imagine being in his shoes, locked inside, no way out, pitch black, still feeling brave.
Crank it open. Yeah.
Terrifying footage doesn't always come from ghost hunts or abandoned asylums. Sometimes it's just a regular night on the sofa. That's when something happened to Val St. Louis when she was chilling at home in Ontario. Something she still can't explain. No warning, no build-up, just a bizarre moment and her camera caught it all. Let's watch. Out of the blue, she spotted an object flying off the table. Then seconds later, the cupboard door flings itself open and slams shut. We've seen stuff like this before, but there's something seriously unsettling about this one. The way that object is yanked, it's violent, not some weak little string pull, and there's no one in sight. Then there's the caption. She said this has been going on for years, and that the moment we just saw was worse than usual. She even asked if anyone knew how to clear negative energy, because she's considering moving out. We checked her profile. No spooky series, no ghost haunting content, just a regular person posting everyday stuff. And the comments, they lit up like a spiritual support group. People were recommending smudging, energy cleansing, priest, holy water. One of her Facebook friends even said they always felt something was off whenever they visited. But the most telling part was the way she backed away on camera. No fake dramatics, no YouTube ghost hunter theatre. Just that cold, instinctive fear you feel when you know something's not right. And it's standing right behind you. Whatever's haunting that house, it's not there to be famous. It's just there. York, known as the GOAT of haunted cities, is a straight up nightmare fuel. Over 500 ghost sightings have been reported inside its ancient walls. It's an old city with a dark history of wars, plagues, and even scary executions. In fact, people say ghosts have haunted its streets for centuries, but one particular scary story that seems to be on everyone's tongue is the Shambles, a super old part of York. People say doors slammed open and shut by themselves. Houses disappear and shadowy figures move around like they own the place. There's even a story about the lost boy, a ghost who shows up randomly before vanishing into thin air. People believe he was an orphan who died during medieval times, and his spirit never moved on. On this particular day, the streets were empty and everything seemed normal until this happened. Did you catch that? Let's watch it again. Posted on X.com by the official Shambles Market account, this CCTV footage shows the bike coming out of nowhere, wobbling around like it was trying to stay up, and then just falling over on the sidewalk. No one was there to push it or stop it. So here's the $1 million question. Do you think it is the lost boy riding the bike? Or was it a ghostly cyclist from York's haunted past? Some say the video might have been faked. What do you think? Let us know. When a carpenter builds a house, he's supposed to leave behind shelves, tables, maybe a few creaky floorboards. What he's not supposed to leave though is a ghost. Well, according to this paranormal investigator, this particular carpenter's story took a tragic turn, and now his home, where he died, has a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in India. Of course, he had to go and take a look for himself, but things didn't exactly go as planned.
अंदर भी अभी क्या चल रहा है आपको जो भी पूरी लोकेशन है मैं दिखाऊंगा। सबसे पहले जो एक्टिविटी सामने रिकॉर्ड हो रही थी वो रिकॉर्ड हम कर रहे हैं।
You see, when the carpenter took his last breath inside that house, his family decided to change things around. But anyone brave enough to set foot on the site has one thing to say. There's something here that doesn't want them around. Whatever it is, it's terrifying enough to send workers running, and it's got people convinced the carpenter never really left. And can you blame them?
कोई पैरानॉर्मल पावर उस चीज को हिला रही है। क्लियर कैप्चर हो रहा है दोस्तों। थोड़ा करीब चलता हूं उसके, डरने की बात नहीं है। कौन है?
To him, the chances of a malevolent spirit seemed all too real. And then came the moment that might have confirmed his worst fears.
इसको दुर्मुट बोलते हैं, और ये देखो कैसे हिल रहा था। अंदर जाने से पहले आसपास का चेक कर लेते हैं व्यू, बाद में दोस्त कहेंगे दिखाया नहीं। कौन है अंदर? वो तेरी, वो ये पाइपें सी पड़ी थी यहाँ से गिरी है यार। ओए यार,
Did you see that? He goes straight in, no one to be seen. Whoever or whatever he's dealing with clearly wants to harm him, no doubt. After this experience, he finally seemed to get the message. he wasn't going to wait around until he got seriously hurt. So, he packed up his gear and got out of there, fast. But it makes you wonder, is this really the ghost of the carpenter? Or has something even darker claimed that godforsaken place? Ring doorbell cameras were supposed to make us feel safer, but sometimes they capture the exact reason why we should be terrified. This woman was just minding her own business at home when she heard the motion sensor chime. Someone was at the door. No big deal, right? She got up and started walking while checking the app and watching a man get closer to her door. She figured he was probably just trying to deliver something, but the second she stepped out, she realized just how wrong she was. This is what happened next. Who or what was that? Skeptics will call it some sneaky video editing or bad camera quality, because let's be real, Ring doorbells aren't exactly IMAX level, but something feels off about this. The way the chair moves just before the figure fades in, and the way the cup crashes right as it disappears. If this was edited, they deserve an award for it. And speaking of camera quality, if this was just a pixelated mess, how the hell did that guy go from the front door to the back garden in a blink? She even sits in the same chair to check things out. But the mystery man? Gone. A spirit hell-bent on messing with the living? Or are we just being played? There's no real way to tell, so we just leave it up to you to decide. The door closing by itself was creepy enough, but what the hell was looking through the window?
Geldi mi bak? Allah. Yemin yazdım adıma.